What is up, Speaker Sports? My name is Sparsh, and today I am joined by Dorjee. And today, what we're going to be talking about is a huge change in sort of the rookie of the year landscape. Now it's been around a week and a half so far in the NBA, and we've been noticing lots of really great performances from the rookies of this draft class. Dorjee, what are your thoughts on the rookies so far this season?
Honestly, man, they've just been living up to our expectations. They've really been performing well, especially the lottery picks that we're about to mention. But yeah, this a couple of notable ones and some that are been kind of under the radar, but are playing really well so far.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, right now, what we've been seeing so far with this draft class, right? Cade Cunningham debuted today. He was coming back from an injury, and he had a pretty rough start tonight. He got 2 points in 19 minutes and 7 rebounds. We can't really say much from this as he's coming back from injury, and we don't want to let this recency bias get to us. We don't want to be saying, "Oh, he's a bust" and stuff, etc., because that's not really fair to him. And we've seen that happen last year with LaMelo Ball as well. He had a pretty rough start as well, but then we all know who got the Rookie of the Year afterwards, right? After that, Jalen Green for the Houston Rockets. He is currently averaging 14.2 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, and 2.6 assists. This is sort of what we're expecting from a player like him, really electric scoring. And he's able to really get through other defenders pretty well. So he does need to work a bit on his defense. And, he's getting posted up a lot by other players, right? You can see that his frame is kind of not strong enough to be able to stand against like the other muscular frames of NBA players, right? So he needs to work on that a bit more. And then from there, right, another big standout from this rookie class, Scottie Barnes, of course. This man, he is on an absolute tear right now. Scottie is averaging, let me just check it out again, around 17.7 points, 8.3 rebounds, and 2.2 assists as a starting player for the Raptors, starting forward. This guy, he's doing absolutely an amazing job right now, right? What we saw today against the Pacers, where he dropped around 21 and 12.
Yes.
From there, 21 and 12. And he had a pretty similar stat line to Domantas Sabonis. This guy, he is having stat lines similar to all-stars who have really great experience in the NBA, and he's posting up against them really well too. This guy, his frame is also really strong as well. He's able to really keep himself with the other NBA veterans. And I mean, his game just keeps on getting better. We're seeing him consistently make shots across the board. And this guy, he's definitely doing well for Toronto right now. He's a result of their 3-game win streak, putting them above 0.500 for the first time in honestly quite a while. I mean, what are your thoughts on him right now?
Dude, honestly, I know we're both Raptors fans. We love Scottie Barnes, but you cannot tell me that Scottie Barnes is not the best rookie right now. He is by far the most consistent rookie.
Yep.
Yeah, he dropped 21-12. Honestly, I don't really think anyone expected him to be averaging 17 points a game. I expected maybe around 10 or 11. But yeah, he's really exceeded our expectations. His mid-range game is so refined. I did not think it would be that good. I saw a stat, a tweet from Josh Lewenberg today, saying that Scottie Barnes is as of the past few weeks, he's one of the best mid-range shooters in the league. He's very efficient at those, and it's just incredible to see because he wasn't a great shooter at Florida State. That I can admit, he was pretty bad, but he got better and better, improved. Also, his free throws. In the Pacers win today, he hit 2 clutch free throws, which ultimately won us the game. And yeah, it's been incredible. You see that in the Orlando game, and we'll mention the other rookies, but his Giannis dunk, that was incredible, man.
Oh yeah, the one where he literally he gets the board and then he takes 3 dribbles. And gets that dunk. That's
literally Giannis.
It's him. It's Giannis-esque. This guy, he's having an absolute masterclass right now. Honestly, it's also a result of the veterans in the Raptors, Fred VanVleet and OG Anunoby, giving him those touches, allowing him to thrive in that environment as well. So this is a really great place for him to be. Some of the rookies that have actually been doing pretty well so far, Evan Mobley on the Cavs right now, right? He was projected at the third. He was taken at the 3rd pick. 15.3 points per game, and 8.2 rebounds. Right.
Yeah.
This is pretty good for him. What have we been seeing? Especially with his sort of size and athleticism, this guy's running from end to end. Without having any sort of loss in performance for him, right? When you have players of that size and they're not really able to play for so long, but this guy, he's really mobile and he's also pretty strong as well. We've been seeing him get lots of really nice blocks and he's been having really great paint defense. And even against the Lakers just last night, he had that really nice dunk against LeBron. That's definitely going to be a really nice highlight for him to look forward to. He's doing great right now as well.
Yeah. To cut you off about Evan Mobley, I believe he's the only rookie right now to be in the top 5 for every single statistical category in points, rebounds, assists, blocks, and steals. That's incredible for a center. And honestly, I believe he's probably in the running for Rookie of the Year alongside Scotty Barnes. Statistically, he's one of the best. He's one of the best defenders in the league as of today. Like his presence in the paint, just incredible. Like the way he just puts his hands up and just be able to contest shots at an elite level. It's incredible to see. As that front court duo of Jared Allen and Evan Mobley's been working out for them. The Cavs are playing. They're playing pretty well right now. Like I believe they beat the Clippers a few nights ago. So I believe, it was a great pick for the Cavs, and hopefully we'll see what he can do from there.
Yeah. Now, we were talking about Scotty Barnes earlier, and we're sort of transitioning into this next player, as you may know, Jalen Suggs from the Orlando Magic. He was drafted at the 5th pick, which was pretty controversial at that time. And he and Franz Wagner were both drafted to the Orlando Magic. So I'll just list stats for both of them right now. Right, Jalen Suggs, he's averaging 13.2 points per game, 3.3 rebounds, and around 4 assists. Whereas Franz Wagner, he's averaging a similar amount of points at 13, 3.7 rebounds, and 1.8 assists. Right, we're seeing Jalen Suggs show that clutch gene in him when he was playing against us. Just last night, he got that crazy 4-point play when he drew the foul from OG, and then he also got that dunk as well. Right? He got that block when OG went to dunk that. Yeah, that was absolutely crazy. We're seeing that clutch gene from him that he's had since Gonzaga, and he's doing pretty well with the defense and like the shooting. Right? There are some nights where he's kind of shooting off, but then again, he's showing why he is needed in those clutch moments. Right? Where the Raptors had like a 12-point lead at that point, and it was already down to like just barely. They barely got that win over him. Him and Franz Wagner have been doing pretty great for the Orlando Magic right now. This team looks like it. Honestly, if they can really keep their players and develop them, this is definitely a team that could be, serious playoff contenders later in the next few years or so. Yeah,
especially since Cole Anthony has been playing really well to start the season. Having a backcourt duo of Jalen Suggs and Cole Anthony's been helping the Magic. And to talk about Franz Wagner, I believe not many people are talking about him, even though he was drafted in the lottery. 13 points for a stretch big. That's pretty good. And he's really efficient. And also his defense goes under the radar. He's a very good defender, especially in college. He's able to switch on players and be able to guard them at multiple ways. That's just great for the Magic. They have a nice forward to come beside Jonathan Isaac when he comes back or once he gets vaccinated. I don't know when that will be. But having Jalen Suggs and Franz Wagner was great picks for them. I feel as though, obviously Raptors fans, they love Scotty, but obviously they wanted him before. Like they wanted Jalen Suggs. Like I think we can all admit that. We all wanted Suggs. And then as soon as we drafted Scotty, I believe that some of the fans are kind of like trashing Suggs online, saying he's bad, he's a bust. But Suggs can play, man. He's a pretty good player. He showed out against us last night, 21 points. He came clutch at the end, almost won.
That was an absolute masterclass by the both of them. And I do feel bad for him as well. When the fans were chanting that Scotty's better. I don't think he really deserves that. It's only his first year. Right?
Like Scotty and Jalen, like they're both good friends. Honestly, like it's a bit of a rivalry there, but I feel like fans are trying to just put them against each other and it's I don't know, man.
It's just the passion of the fans, right?
It's NBA fans, man.
That's just how it is in general, right?
Yeah.
Now, Another player that has been doing really well, and in my previous draft video, I was kind of wondering why this team took this guy, and I'm referring to Davion Mitchell from the Sacramento Kings, right? He's his nickname Off Night, as we've been seeing, right? That very first performance when he was guarding Damian Lillard, to the point where Damian Lillard was not being able to shoot any shots, literally any shots from three. This guy, he has been an absolutely amazing on-ball defender. And this is honestly, a lot better than what I expected, right? I thought that he would not be getting lots of minutes, especially, considering like the pieces that they already have.
Yeah.
And, I was also a bit questioned as well because of his like age, right? But seeing that defense provides a lot more to the Kings, and that was one of the things that they were missing as well. And to have him, be able to defend the best guys in the league like that, this guy can definitely have some potential to be making like an all defense team later on.
Yeah, for sure.
And who knows, man, maybe if this guy can really keep this up at this pace, he could possibly get, in the rankings for a defensive player of the year.
Honestly, man, like he kind of reminds me of Younger Lowry, if in my opinion, like the way he's able to. Yeah, he's he's obviously undersized, 6'1". He's a really good on-ball defender. That's why his name is Often. He's able to guard obviously Damian Lillard. I believe he was containing Steph Curry. Obviously, Curry still went off, but it's not really easy to guard one of the best players in the league. And
yeah, that's for sure.
Mitchell's ceiling is obviously very high. I believe I kind of underestimated the Kings for making this pick, as they already have De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton, one of the standout rookies from last year. So I believe Davion Mitchell can possibly be one of their best players coming off the bench for right now. Maybe they could start him and do some small ball with Halliburton. Not too sure, but yeah. He's also a good shot creator. People forget about that. He could play defense and can create his own shot, which is really good.
Yeah. Now, two other players that I've also been wanting to talk about in this draft class, and these two players have also been pretty surprising as well. We're going to be talking about Josh Giddy from the Oklahoma City Thunder and Chris Duarte from the Indiana Pacers. Now, we're going to start with Chris Duarte first, mostly because, we're coming off that Indiana game and it's kind of recent. Right, Chris Duarte, he's averaging around, let me just pull up the stats here, 18.7 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, and 1.8 assists. This guy, he's definitely shown that he can definitely create his own shot in this league. And, he's also been benefiting as well, with Malcolm Brogdon also being out, so he's also been getting more touches from there. So that's also been sort of helping him get accustomed to the league. And same thing, really with Josh Giddy as well. This guy has also been doing pretty well with sort of like the playmaking, the ball handling, and the shooting as well. A lot of people were sort of memeing on him, when he got drafted. People were always wondering, oh, why was this guy taken at 6, right? People were always like, oh, but this guy has so many weaknesses. But then you realize, oh, wait, this guy's actually a really good all-around ball player. I mean, yes, his defense does need quite a bit of work. But, I mean, to see the way that this guy moves around players and create a shot, I mean, it's a really good thing to be seen for the OKC Thunder.
Yeah. Just to mention Chris Duarte, definitely a top 3 rookie. I believe he was in the official NBA rankings. He was currently ranked as the best rookie, and that was before the Indiana and Raptors game. So now we all know who the best rookie is right now. But
we all know
Chris Duarte has been an elite scorer, honestly.
Yeah,
I honestly did not expect him to be drafted that high, but after seeing him play for the first couple of games, he's been playing really well, man. Yeah. Can create his own shot. He's a great shooter, and also just like his confidence. I believe in the first, especially against the Bucks, he took a lot of shots in crunch time. That's pretty rare for a rookie. I believe that most rookies wouldn't be able to take those close shots in the closing moments of the game. But Chris Duarte's not scared, man. He's just so much confidence. I believe that he'll probably be one of the best rookies of the class, in my opinion, based on how he's playing. Also a very underrated on-ball defender. And yeah, the Pacers made a great pick for someone who wasn't that highly scouted at first prior to the draft. And to mention Josh Giddy, it was pretty questionable that OKC picked him at 6. It was definitely there's a lot of memes about it saying that like, oh, he has no positives, only weaknesses. But after the first few games, he's looking nice. Obviously against the Lakers, he had 10 assists, and Actually, there's a stat that he's the second youngest player to drop 10 assists since LeBron James. So that already says enough about his playmaking, his ability to find teammates. His shots got a bit better. Still not there yet, but if he can improve that jump shot, he'll be a great player in this league. He's a tall point guard as well, and you pair him alongside fellow Canadian Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as a pretty good backcourt duo for the OKC Thunder.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, if the OKC Thunder, if all of those players happen to just hit their primes right now, that's a really crazy team.
That would be amazing.
This team has so much potential. If they can find a way to sort of keep all their players, develop them so that they all happen to reach their primes by then, this team will really go far places. Now, one last player that we wanted to talk about. This guy has been an absolute stud for this team. Of course, you and I know who we're both talking about. Delano Banton,
D-Rex.
Raptors, right? D-Rex. He's also known as the very first Canadian drafted to the Toronto Raptors. So there's always something pretty unique to that as well.
Of course.
From opening night, the way the crowd gave him that love, to just welcome him back home again, that was something incredible to see. And his play style as well. I don't even know how to say this, but the way that he's able to move around the defenders, he's so swift with his movements, but yet at the same time, he's able to control the ball very well. And his shot selection, right? He's getting a lot of those mid-range shots pretty nicely as well. And the way that he gets the blow by as well, being able to get around those defenders, he's a really fast player for his size, honestly. And to see him create shots like that, he's been having some really great clutch moments with the Raptors as well. And this guy really surpassed my expectations this year. I thought that, he might end up with the Raptors G League for a bit, work on some development, mostly because, there's also lots of other sort of, I wouldn't say issues, but the Raptors need to sort of prioritize who they should sort of keep in their main rotation and figure out, okay, who can we have in our games and who can we just develop on the mean side, right? But after they chose Delano Banton to be in the main rotation, we can now see that this was actually the right choice for them. And I know that his stats may be a bit misleading: 5.2 points per game, 2.2 rebounds, right? This guy's also coming off the bench as well, compared to these other rookies that we are talking about who are getting as much as 30 minutes, right? For him to be doing that, being a great bench player as well for the Raptors, this is really great development for him. And he's showing that he can definitely be in the rookie class, maybe even like the second team or so, if he can keep this up, right?
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, Delano Banton's, I believe his best trait as a player so far is his maturity, which is pretty unorthodox, but his ability to read and see his teammates on the floor, that's really impressive for especially a second round pick as well. It was a 46th pick. It's absolutely incredible. And also, as you know, that first game at home when we lost to the Wizards, he got a huge standing ovation. He also hit a half-court buzzer beater as well.
That was his first shot ever.
Exactly.
His first shot ever was a half-court buzzer beater. I mean, talk about an iconic moment, and to do it in your hometown as well. That's got to be the best way.
And write that
to ever start your career.
Yeah, and to go off that, honestly, 5-2 is not too bad for obviously a second round pick.
Yeah,
and he comes off the bench, and the fact that Nick Nurse trusts him so much, just playing in the fourth quarter especially, that's incredible. Obviously, 6'9" point guard with a very good skill set. That's good for any coach.
Yeah, that's another thing that I also want to add as well. Nick Nurse being able to trust Scotty and Delano by giving them those minutes as well. I mean, it's not like they're getting 10 minutes or so. I mean, Scotty's getting some pretty heavy minutes, especially with Siakam out, and Delano's getting quite a bit of minutes as well for a bench player. I think he's getting one of the most for our bench. It kind of revolves around him and Birch, but to see those two get that many minutes, right, it's only going to help them get even better, especially with the cast that they have around them and the development staff as well. These two rookies are honestly going to go pretty far with the Raptors, right? And I really hope that the Raptors can keep them.
Yeah. Also, just to mention one more time, the fact that Delano is playing ahead of Dragic and Malachi Flynn, it just says all I need to know about his play style and how much Nick Nurse trusts him. I mean, obviously, Goran Dragic is a great bench player. He's a great scorer. And Malachi Flynn had a pretty good rookie season for us. So the fact that Banton is playing ahead of them, and like they both had DMPs for the past few games.
Yeah.
It just says everything about you need to know about Banton.
Yeah. All right. So now we need to sort of talk about important stuff. Because in my previous video with Bert, we were sort of discussing about who we're going to have as our rookie of the year. Now, I said that Jalen Green was going to get it. But, man, I don't know how to feel about that pick. Because what I am seeing now after these, I guess, 7 games, right, Scotty Barnes, man, I honestly think that he can definitely steal the spot for the rookie of the year. I really do. Despite all sort of like the media attention that, you know, the Raptors get, or I guess you can say the lack of.
Yeah.
What he's been doing
incredible
in this
things.
league, providing an offensive gift to the game, being able to post up against players like Sabonis, who are already like, you know, well-established all-stars in this league, providing like having similar stat lines to them, being there in the clutch moments, right? Helping the Raptors deliver those wins. And honestly, this guy has been like one of the main focal points of our offense. We're seeing that he's getting a lot of the touches. And I was honestly surprised because I thought, you know, he would be around OG for this meantime.
Yeah.
But he's been getting a lot of touches and he's been having a lot of really big moments for the Raptors. And if he can honestly keep this up, I really do think he's going to take the number 1 spot this time and get the rookie of the year.
Yeah. Honestly, like before the season started, my pick for the rookie of the year was Evan Mobley. It was a sleeper pick, but I had him winning. I'm going to stick with him for now. Even though I'm a Raptors fan, I'm going to stick with Evan Mobley. Just don't want to switch up for now. But Scotty Barnes is doing incredible things. Honestly, if he wins, obviously I'll be very happy. I'll be more happy if he proves me wrong. But the fact that Scotty is able to be so confident, like in back-to-back games, he had to guard Jason Tatum and Luka Doncic. Like that's a lot of pressure for a rookie to guard one of the best offensive players. And he did a pretty good job. Jason Tatum didn't have a good game, but Luka did. But still, being able to guard those players on a consistent basis, it's incredible. Like,
yeah, I mean, he also sort of had a pretty good game as well. But in that Dallas Mavs game, he got himself into some pretty bad foul trouble as well. So that was also sort of like a result of
honestly, so far, I have not seen Scotty have like a bad game offensively so far.
No.
Like he's just been so consistent. I saw a stat as well. In the first 6 games, he scored over 100 points. And the last rookie to do that was Damon Stoudemire. And obviously, he won the Rookie of the Year in 1995. So,
I mean, hey, maybe history repeats itself.
Yes.
I really do think he'll end up getting it. But, I mean, I'll still stick with Jalen Green. Yeah. I'll also stick with him as well. Just because, you know, it's only been 7 games, right? But I do think that Scotty might just end up getting it. Yeah, that's what I think right now. I mean, it's still so early into the season, and I really do hope we can see these rookies really develop. This is an absolutely amazing draft class, one of the best that we've seen in a while, and we hope to see these guys, you know, get more minutes and continue to improve. Anyways, that is it for this episode. My name is Sparsh, and this is Dorjee. And if you want, please feel free to leave a like on our channel. Make sure to also comment in the comment sections your thoughts about our video. And please don't forget to subscribe and press the bell for push notifications. That way you're always up to date with our channel. And you know, this also makes us more eager to post content for you guys as well, right? We're always going to be uploading NBA content, and we want you guys to always stay updated. So please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment to our channel. This is Sparsh and Dorjee, and we're signing out. Take it easy.